Hey guys, Chala from Crafting Through the Chaos of Life. Thanks so much for joining me for another video. I'm excited to show this quick journal that I created just today. I've actually created it for a very special client of mine, and just wanted to kind of give her a little gift for the holidays. And so I'm going to quickly go through and show you how I did this journal. So this is the cover is a 12 by 12 sheet of scrapbook paper from Recollections, and I just folded it up so that there's pockets on the inside, and it's this beautiful, beautiful floral paper with some kind of gold dots on it. And then I just did kind of a fun cluster on the front here. So this is just some of the fabric upholstery samples that I get from the blind store down from where I work. They give me their sample books. And then I have some lace. I have another piece of that upholstery fabric, and then I have a piece of lace. I've added some cute little vintage buttons. I just love these ones that have the kind of like little sparkles in them. I don't know if you can see that, but I just think those are so much fun. And then this one here. And then I added this Enjoy the Journey. So what was supposed to be just a quick little journal, as you can see, has become quite chunky. But, you know, there's a lot of things that I wanted to include in here for this special client of mine, especially items that she can play with and have fun as she's working in a journal. And then I actually have another package on the side that I'll show you. So just 2 eyelets and some seam binding holding this journal closed. So we'll go ahead and open this bad boy up. And then as you can see on the inside, I did cover the inside with another piece of scrapbook paper from the package that I got. And the reason why I did that is because it's blank on the other side, and I just wanted a little something else. I also have sewn around the cover as well, just to give it a little more detail and some interest with the stitching. So we've got a pocket in the front and the back. In the front pocket here, I have, oh my goodness, my little thing fell off. I'll have to reattach this. Not sure what happened there, but this is my little journal maker's letter. So I'm going to have to fix that, obviously. This is just a little holiday blend tea that she can enjoy as a little treat. Tuck that in there. And then just this little journal card that says Dreams, just some book page and some scrap pieces. I recycled, as you can see on the back here, I recycled some book page and just made it into a tag, some stitching and lace just to give it a little bit of interest. So I'm going to keep that journal maker's letter off to the side so I can fix that. This is just a digital piece that I got from a junk journal kit. I don't remember which one, but I just used kind of random pieces that I had laying around to create this journal. So it's a potpourri of sorts, but I really like this. I think it's so pretty, and this client does some gardening, so I think she'll appreciate that. She's also into kind of spiritual and, you know, that sort of thing, so she'll appreciate the inside as well. Again, just kind of some, I don't know what you call it, celestial? Let's go with celestial. So just kind of a little celestial theme. This is a little flip pocket that I made out of a recycled envelope, a little window envelope. So you just open this up, it's attached on as like a little flip. And this paper here is my ink dyed papers. They're just so gorgeous. They feel so amazing. And I do have some of these left in my Etsy shop if you're interested. And that's Crafting Chaos by Chala is my Etsy shop. Okay, so in this first little flip pocket, I'll pull these out. So I have the tag that you could see from the inside. I have this one here, and it's just, you know, just a collaged masterboard that was cut down and then added some lace, a little focal point, and some just, you know, little scraps of paper. So we'll tuck that back in there so it covers the window. And then I have this other little tag. I think I got this from the Digital Collage Club. If you're not a member, it's really great. It's like I want to say maybe $100 for a lifetime membership, which gives you access to everything. Like, it's just amazing. I highly recommend it. I don't have any affiliation with them. I just think it's a really great deal. Added some eyelash trim to this just to give it a little something something. And then a little journaling card. This is from Digital Collage Club as well. So this says, life is tough, but so are you. So go ahead and tuck this back in there. This, I tell you, I have stuffed this baby full. So she's going to have fun finding all these little goodies. Tuck that back in there, and then that flips back over. And then this is just reinforced with some washi tape and glued down. Oh, I just love this. Just some paper that my office was getting rid of, and of course I've managed to make use of it quite easily. Here is one of my fun pocket fabric flips. So this was a video that I did with my mom where we decided to create fabric flips, but make sure they had pockets or zippers, or just, you know, just give them a little more purpose instead of just a flip up. So we have here just another little card that says, you are so much stronger than you think, and that's tucked in this first little pocket. And then these are all fabric scraps from my mom, so it worked out really well, and a little piece of lace on the top. Then we have a little tag here, be in the moment. Again, we've got some what is that called, burlap, just some burlap cut down a book page that is in I don't know, what is that, I think it's Russian or something. And then this little Tim Holtz girl, writing space on the back, and it's stitched around. I love getting those little inspiration cards off of Amazon. So here's another one of those little inspiration cards. You can definitely write on the back. You can add some paper, glue some paper down and sew around it, and it can be a journaling spot. This one says, there is no greater gift you can give or receive than to honor your calling. It is why you were born and how you become most truly alive. And that's a quote by Oprah Winfrey. And these cards are just gorgeous, just the watercolor florals on them. I just think they're so cool. This is just some lined paper that I printed and then coffee dyed. I really like that it's got these kind of like wrinkles to it. I just love the feel of that. So some writing space. This is just a little short piece of scrapbook paper. It's thinner scrapbook paper, it's not very thick, that I had, and I just thought I'd add it for a cute little half page. And then this says, the way to know life is to love many things, and that's a quote by Van Gogh. Again, just a little bit of a cluster on here, and writing space on the back. This is a page from a gardening book, Iris. Again, she likes to garden, so I thought she'd appreciate that. And then I have this kind of vintagey envelope, and that's just clipped in with this little paper clip with a heart on it. And then inside is a ton of little goodies for her to find and play with throughout her journal. So just tuck that back in there. I included a lot of little ephemera and little bits for her to add and play with, and for her to, you know, if she wants to create her own junk journal in the future, she definitely has some materials to go ahead and do that. This is a dyed, a colored dyed page. I think it's from Leanna Scrap. That's just double-sided. This was just kind of kicking around, so I thought I would add that. So lots of place to write there. This is from a vintage 1967, I think, Eaton's or Sears catalog. I just like the old furniture. It's just funny to see that a 4-piece suite is, so single dresser, mirror, chest, panel bed, $99.95 or $7 monthly. Can you imagine getting a whole bedroom set for $7 monthly until you pay it off? Like, that's crazy. So, excuse me. Just some more little fun kind of pieces to look at and reminisce about. This is another scrapbook page, a thinner one that I had just kind of in my little scrap bin, and I thought I would add it. I like the numbers. And then I folded that over to create a tuck, and in this tuck is a little tag that says life is an adventure, a little journaling kind of card there that you can write on the front and back. Another one of these little cards. When you feel like stopping, think about why you started. And then this is like one of those Tim Holtz vintage people from one of his ephemera kits. I just think that's so much fun. I'll tuck that all back in there for her to find and explore. Actually, I want this to go this way. There we go. This is a page from a book that I got from Goodwill, and it's all these different paintings, and I just really liked the image, so I cut it down, and it fits beautifully size-wise in this journal, and it just adds some interest to it. A corner tuck that I had left over from a previous project, I just added some, what is this stuff called? Cheesecloth and a little flower with a gem on it, and then this says, "A hug is a perfect gift, one size fits all, and no one minds if you give it back." And on the other side it says, "The language of love needs no interpreter." And then this is a tag that my mom and I created together quite a while ago. We were just playing around, and I really like it. I think it's pretty. It's got some lace, and I treasure our friendship. So that's from a stamp kit that I have, and just added some paper flowers. And again, I think it's just super cute. Okay, this is just again some digital paper that I had left over that I didn't use from previous projects. This is a German English dictionary, a really old one, and I just did kind of a cluster image on here. So this is just some lace I had laying around. This is a loopless, what do you call it, safety pin. So it doesn't have the little round curl on the bottom. It's just one straight loop, so you can go all the way around with the beads. And then I just added this two little tiny seed beads on either end, and then it says wish. This is an image that I just had laying around again, and what do we have here? Oh, I'm gonna have to fix this because my little pearl poked through the page. Shuzzbutt. Okay, I'll figure that out. So I have some fabrics just under here, and then that's just kind of layered on. So yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. I'll put a sticker or something there. This is just more of that upholstery fabric and lace and a floral that I just made into a cluster for this page. I find sometimes a blank page can be really intimidating for people to write on, and so if there's something else on the page, it's less daunting. The blank page for me is really daunting anyways. So I just thought this was kind of an interesting piece, and I sewed it on, and I think the sewing on the back is kind of even interesting to look at. It's just, you know, a cool little pattern. Again, it takes away that blank page. This is an envelope that I sewed into the signature itself, and it is jam-packed full of lots of ephemera pieces. I'm not going to pull them all out. I have a music page in here, a vintage page. I did reinforce it with some washi tape. I just love the color of vintage book pages. On here is a piece that I'd had in my, pre-made ephemera items. This is, I think, either off of Digital Collage Club or Pinterest, possibly. And it's just kind of like a little book what do you call that? Library card envelope? You know what I mean, library card pocket. That's it. So anyways, these are super cute to write on. Tuck those back in there. Another one of those pages that I just had left over from a project. Another page that my office was getting rid of, these colored pages. I added just this cool little piece of lace, a butterfly, and some bling. This is from a journal that I got at the thrift store, and I just kind of took it apart and I added it into my journals. I like the lined pages, the little images, and again reinforced it with some washi tape. More of that Liana scrap dyed papers. I think it's eco-dyed, colored eco-dyed papers that they are. And the center of the signature here just is a scrapbook page that I had laying around. I did some stenciling on either side. So let's see if we count that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So 21 times 2 is 42 times 2. What's 42 times 2, Layton?
84.
84. Thank you, son. Oh, I'm so glad he knows how to do math. So 84 writing surface pages on here throughout the whole journal. Center of the signature, I have this cute little floral charm, and again, I thought it matched really well with this scrapbook paper. I don't know if you can see that. Let's try and get it up there. You see that? I think it goes really well with the paper. Anyways, you can have this hanging down or you can have it up at the top. I like it up at the top personally, but do what makes you happy. So again, now we're just on the back side of all the pages. So I'm going to flip through rather quickly. Another pocket I had laying around. This is actually from one of the very first journals I made. I think it was the very first journal I made. My Matilda journal, and it went to France, so I was very excited about that. A tag from that, a tag from another kit, but I thought it went well. And then this is the Secret Garden inspiration card. Again, I get those off of Amazon. I just think they're really cool to add to journals, so very happy using them. Okay, come here, you. Let's take you out for a second. Let's put you guys in first, and then tuck you in like that. Okay. More of that journal paper. This is actually a pocket that I received as Happy Mail, and I thought it looked really well with this page. And inside here, again, I have one of these little rip cards where it's got some inspirations in it. I have one here I can show you. So you just pop it open, and then there's a saying inside. This one says, "Live as if everything is rigged in your favor," and that's by Rumi. Again, you can write on the back, what your thoughts are about whatever's inside. It's kind of like a little fortune cookie, but like an inspirational fortune cookie, and you can't eat it. So anyways, I think they're cute. So there's that. There's a tag that I made, added some bling. This is a master board. Another one of these cards that you can write on. This says, "Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day." Tim Ron. So I just randomly kind of go through my cards, and I feel the energy off of the cards, and I know that that's the right one to pick for this journal. This is from a book that I got from like Chapters or Indigo, whatever you want to call it, and it's got just kind of mindfulness. And this says, "Today I will practice movement, today I will practice contentment," and then hold your intentions lightly, and then it just has some kind of inspirational things. A little ball pin is on here with some beads. And we'll tuck all of that back in. More of that paper. Yeah, and this is that vintage book page. This is a little side tuck cluster that I created, and in here I have some more tea. This is calm. Another card that says, "Don't stop until you are proud." This is a beautiful butterfly set off of Amazon, butterfly inspiration cards or affirmation cards. This says, "The universe has something very special in store for me." This is a jumbo playing card that I decoupaged a napkin on top of, and then I added some paper on the back so that she can write on it, and then I sewed around it. This is again another little inspiration book that I got from the thrift store. I just like adding little inspirational things and quotes, and I like them myself, so I hope others like them as well. I'll just tuck these all back in there. Let's put this in here, maybe like this. There we go, and the tea is calm, so hopefully she can feel calm. Oh, and then, is that... Oh, I'm going to have to reinforce that page as well. Oh my goodness. Okay, a little bit more work to do before I package it up. Music page. This is a really cool book that I got again from a vintage store, and it's like an encyclopedia of things that have happened over the years. and it's like all these newspaper articles and just kind of points of interest. And I did that on the other side of the envelope as like a little flip out to read. This one's 1902, October and November. The pocket I had, or the little flap of the envelope I had cut down, and it was because the envelope itself is this like kind of hot pink. I went over top of it with this Tim Holtz like fabric tape. Again, it's got a pretty flowers on it, and it's just got really cool texture to it. Some more paper that my office got rid of that I am happy to make use of. One of these little 4 pocket woven type things. This is a Gail Augustinelli thing, and you can pull out each one of these little tags. In here is another one of those inspiration cards from Amazon. These are some floral postcards off of Amazon. And then this is a page that I got from a vintage shop that is, or like a thrift store, and it is like a address book type thing, or like birthday and anniversary type things that you can write on. And so there's some pages that have calendar entries, and then other ones that just have these kind of, again, little inspirations or quotes, and then this cute little image on it. And again, you can write on here. So I thought that was cute to include. I'm going to tuck everything back in there. Yeah, there's no shortage of items in this journal. That is for darn sure. And because this piece is woven, it's a little, and I'm working at a weird angle here, a little tough to get that in, but there we go. Okay, some more of that German-English dictionary. I added just a scrap piece of fabric from my little fabric bits and pieces, and I used some hot crystals and adhered those to that just to give it, again, some bling and interest. This is a kind of double pocket that I created. It's from a book page, and then I just glued it on. Let's take these things out so you can see. So it's just glued on the page. This is a book page itself, and I just layered one book page over top of the other, and then I just glued down some, like a digital that I liked. Just kind of kept the image going, and then I sewed around it. This is a vintage postcard. Actually, both of these are vintage postcards that I got from the vintage shop. My favorite vintage shop. And my son's too. He likes coming with me. Another tea packet that says Zen. And then I have a postcard that's got some mushrooms on it. I got this from the thrift store as well. What happened is somebody had spilt water on these postcards, and then the person didn't want them anymore. So it was great because they were already kind of like vintagey looking and water damaged, which is kind of cool. This is just a little piece of cardstock that has been embossed with some leaf-looking embossing things. I think it's a Tim Holtz 3D folder, to tell you the truth. So I thought that was a little fun piece to include in there. Tuck those in there. Okay, moving along, this is the other side of that art page. And then this is another little writing space that you can flip out. The other side of that catalog, yeah, it's an Eaton's catalog, and I think it's from 1964. More of that Liana scrap eco-dyed paper. This is the gardening book page, and this is just a little paper bag with some book page and a stamped image on it. And then I have this little card with some native drawings or native art on it. And then there's a secret little pocket. This opens up, and inside here is just a piece of coffee dyed paper that you can write on, but it's kind of tucked away so you don't know it's there. On the other side of that, I have this, now it's getting really hard to kind of flip open here. Okay, then we have this little envelope flip down. You can write on. And this little tiny flower kind of keeps that envelope from flipping open. When you attach this to a page, you can actually just glue it here, here, and here, and maybe have it lower on the page, and then that can be a pocket. This one I didn't. I glued the whole thing down. The other side of that little piece of scrapbook paper, more of that lined paper. Here is another pocket that I created. Take these out to show you. So it's just using some scrapbook paper layered with book page and more scrapbook paper, rounded the corners, and I've attached it here just like an L so that it's a little tuck. In the pockets I have these little journal cards. I don't know if you can see that butterfly is sparkly and shiny. That's done with some Wink of Stella. So that's a fun journaling spot. Little flower and the word kind, and then this one has some glossy accents on it. In here is some vintage ephemera. So this is a check from the government of British Columbia. So $270. And I don't know if you can see it, but they've actually punched paid. You see that? I thought that was really cool. And then look at that person's signature. So cool. Yeah, I think these pieces are kind of fun and cool to look at. And then here is just a page from a writing prompt book that I got at the thrift store. Somebody, wrote maybe in 1 or 2 pages and then got rid of the book, which works well because then I can take the pages out and then include them in the journal just as some kind of writing ideas for whoever gets this journal. This is again the paper that I dyed. I have this really cool stamp. Let me show you. I got it at the vintage store. And I don't know, it's got all sorts of letters and numbers on it. General Fasteners Limited, that's what it is. And so I've been stamping C for Chala and then the year that the journal's made. I've been doing that recently in my videos, or in my journals, sorry. And that stamp, I mean, it was pretty pricey. I think it was like $35, but I love it and it's so worth it, so I'm happy. And then just the last page here, just some images, and then in the back here I have tucked in just like a little aromatherapy neck patch that she can kind of treat herself to, and she can do whatever she wants to tuck in there. It might be a little hard for her to write in this, but nonetheless, I really like how this turned out. So I do want to show you the other little packages that I am sending along with this. I will have to fix those pieces. But yeah, I'm also including just this little thing that says extra bits to play with. Looks like I'm going to have to put some washi on that. And then in here is just literally a ton of like laces and die cuts and vintage bingo card and all sorts of goodies in here that she can play with and make her own ephemera. Like I said, make her own journal if she so chooses. Just kind of like a little fun starter pack. Put that back in there, and then put that down. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to use my glue stick. This isn't sticking. And then I have some time cards and then some stickers that she can play with. So all in all, that is the journal that I made for my one client as a kind of a little surprise Christmas gift. So I hope you enjoyed this flip through. Stay tuned, you guys. I have lots of tutorials coming up for ephemera pieces. Now that I am done journals, I want to make one for myself, mind you, for next year, but I really need to stock up on ephemera. It makes making journals so quick. Like I was able to knock this journal out in one day because I had all the pre-made ephemera pieces. So thanks again so much for joining me. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Thanks again, guys. Take care, and P.S. I love you.